Beautiful northern New Hampshire, as I mentioned earlier, just south of the Quebec border. What a great place to stay here for myself and the crew. The Balsams Grand Resort, truly a four-season resort. I mean, the Lumberjack competition is over at the Wilderness Ski Area, where, of course, you can come skiing in the wintertime. You want to come for a family vacation? What a great place. You can do some swimming by the pool. You can do some fishing. You can do some canoeing, some hiking, or you can just relax and go to the dining room and get fat, put on a few calories in their five-star dining room.
That's right. Great meals, and, of course, they come at probably a great price, as you can see here. You got to dig a little bit deeper in your pocket to get a New Hampshire sombrero to keep the sun off during the Lumberjack show.
Well, there's some ingenuity there to keep the sun off the head as we head into the Springboard Chop. Earlier, we had Gaston Duperry winning the Open Modified Saw. This first heat of Springboard Chop is going to feature Gingras, ENGASSER, and Jonathan Blais. Who are you like in this heat?
Dave ENGASSER obviously is the best springboard cutter in this heat. Jerry Gingras, he's a sawman. He loves running the hot saws and the stock saws. Jonathan Blais, just learning this event, actually, it's one of the tougher events you do as a lumberjack, and of course, it takes a little bit of time to get that kind of experience under your belt in this event.
Well, as you mentioned, Gingras is a excellent specialist, not necessarily a chopper. Dave ENGASSER has been around the sport for a long time, graduating from Finger Lakes Community College. He's a veteran competitor. And Jonathan Blais, as you mentioned just earlier, falls off the first board.
Look at, you can see Dave ENGASSER's pocket there. You see the dark wood in that second pocket that he's chopping out. That tells you something as a springboard cutter. When you see that, you've got to go a little bit deeper, because that tells you that the poplar wood there is a little bit soft.
Well, that's exactly what happened to Jonathan Blais. Look at that ENGASSER. He's up on his second board in under 30 seconds. You got to be happy with that.
That's right. Great time for him. If you climb in under 30 seconds, of course, and you put a 30-second chop in the top, you've got yourself under a minute springboard chop, and that's what these guys are looking at doing.
Gingras, our show organizer and self-proclaimed sawman, as you mentioned as well. He's doing okay. A little bit sloppy there with his chop.
That's right. Dave ENGASSER, though, putting in a good front. He's now on the backside. You see he's actually what he called wooded himself. He's a little bit tight on the front end, but he's still, if he reaches far on that far wood, there we go, 59-second chop for Dave.
Fantastic. He's going to be happy with under a minute as Jerry Gingras looks to put some finishing touches on his cut. I'm told, and you're told, under a minute. You got to be happy with that?
Tickled to death to be under a minute. It's been spending too much time climbing this year, and so I was really happy. A guy was watching, timing on his own, thought I hit the wood in 23 up top, which I've been hoping to be under 30, and so that's, my math is under 30, even with the metric system. So
a little bit of a dig at us Canadians using the metric system there by Dave ENGASSER. Well, he's got to be happy with under a minute. Anybody's got to be happy under a minute. Any of these guys can take him down, though. Donald Lambert, Paul Woodland, Simone Bertrand, 3 Canadians here taking him on.
That's right. Donald Lambert, we watched him just a couple of weeks ago in St. Stephen win first place in the Springboard Chop, so we'll expect him to have a pretty decent time here in the Balsams.
Now, a good judge might DQ him there. I'm not sure. It looked like Paul Woodland there. He's using somebody else's notch there. Is that legal in this game?
Yeah, actually, there's a rule that said you can't actually use the notch that's been chopped before you, and of course, Paul is into that notch. It all depends how strict they're going to be on that rule. He's pretty tight to that pocket as well.
Well, it may not benefit him at all, because I mean, he just cornered into the end of it, so I'm not sure if Duffy's going to notice it at all, but it's got to probably benefit you to take DQ.
Yeah, here's Paul's got a great second board. You see it's sitting up there at a little bit of an angle. When he puts his weight on it, sits back flat, same as Donald Lambert's beautiful board here, and he's into the wood now.
Lambert doing a great job up top, and the wood's just falling apart in this competition. The white pine is nice and soft, nice and clean. Look at Donald Lambert hitting his marks.
He knows he's got a good chop going. The wood is falling apart for him. You see him pick up his pace here. When you see the wood falling apart like that, you know you've climbed in about 30 seconds. You really want to give it here to get a good time, and Donald Lambert's doing that.
Well, he doesn't take down ENGASSER's time at 59 seconds, but he's got to be happy with a 102.05 as Paul Woodland's having a great chop, too. Donald, it looks like you had a hard time on your second pocket there. Just tell me what happened.
Oh, well, my first one went pretty nice. In 4 hit, it was not secure as I would like to, but my second one, I had to pay more attention, and I have a couple of bad hits, but I knew that will hold.
Well, Donald Lambert took advantage of that second board, jumped up, and had a good finish in the springboard thus far. Dave ENGASSER at this point is leading the way, but we still have 2 heats of great world-class lumberjacks that come on the springboard.